Hello, and welcome to TL's Garage. Today, we are doing a lot. Today, we are putting a brand new cooling system in the truck. It's going to be kind of interesting, and I'm going to be taking it very easy so I don't break any bolts in the water pump. So, let's go ahead and get the truck turned around and we'll get started. Now, I didn't let it warm up for too long because I don't want there to be that much pressure in the cooling system and I don't want the coolant to be boiling hot. So, let's break it apart. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this fan shroud out of here, which is zip tied and then has a bolt on top of it. So we'll go ahead and cut that zip tie. Next, we'll take the bolt out. Alright, so there's that. Go ahead and grab ourselves a bolt tray. And then it's held in by two little screws down here, which one of them was barely. And there's the top part of the fan shroud. Now we can see more of our finger killer fan, which I don't think I'm even going to have to take the bottom part of that shroud off, which is good. Which, if you notice, this is actually the complete wrong size radiator. We are now going to find our drain port after I cut the little wire that is dangling back here. So now this radiator is fully free. Now there is a little drain spot on the side of it. Let's see if this drain port actually works. Hey, it does. Try to catch as much of it as possible, and we'll hope that it does not fill this drain pan up. While it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and loosen these hose clamps. There we go. All that was in there. There's our death fan, which is actually a universal death fan, and you can tell by the way that those holes are. So these are now two bolts that hold the water pump in, so some coolant is probably going to come out. I stand corrected. These were not yet for the water pump. Knock that out the way. We got a block code. I'll finally be able to figure out what motor's in here. Alright, so this motor came from Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan, May 7th. 76 to 79. It is a 350. Perfect. Alright, so now we know that this is a 350 small block, but it's an older motor. Uppers, which were not tight at all. Why'd you throw a belt? Oh, I loosened literally everything on the front of my motor. Alright, we're ready. God damn it. Get it before all the coolant gets in there. Now it should be a simple. There we are. Oh, it's going everywhere. There's that dead bird. Alright, so we're going to unbox everything first. Alright, so I'm going to call where I cleaned it pretty much good, but I'm also going to put some RTV on it. So let me grab the water pump. Alright, I've got the water pump off to the side. After a couple monumental disasters, the water pump is now solved. I'll check torque specs for that in a second, but first, we actually need to go back to the old one because I need to pull the plug out that goes right there, if it's the right size. When in doubt, use an impact. We have our top plug. There we are, water pump is officially on. Go ahead and put the power steering pump back on. Alright, so unfortunately the camera turned off, but I was able to get it on. I think at the front of the motor kind of back together. Let's go ahead and fuck with this radiator. So I've got something that I need to add to it. Alright, so if you saw, I have an electric fan. And I'm going to put this right there, in line with the radiator. Hope that actually clears, because it might not. All I need to do now is grab the hardware, put it on. Alright, that looks massive. Guess what? Now you can take it back out. Alright, and this radiator is pretty big, so I'm not worried about the fan really blocking it at all. Plus the fan's going to be giving it airflow. Radiator's in and it does not shake like the last one. Let's go ahead and connect these hoses while we're here. Alright, so I'm not sure where the camera turned off, but we are pretty much fully back together. Everything is connected, everything is tight. All that's left now to do is put the fan shroud back on, wire in the electric fan, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm going to bleed everything out the electric fan, and then we'll go from there. Connect overflow to its correct spot. Motherfucker. We're going to take the time to clean up, cool down, eat something, drink some water, and then we'll be back to fully bleed this and, of course, wire this in. It's been a little over 30 minutes, and we're not going to put coolant in it yet, but we are going to go ahead and wire up the electric fan to make sure that it is going to work properly. Because if it doesn't, then that's money and time wasted, because I can't return that after doing everything that I've done to it. So, with wiring that fan, I'm going to be using this. This is a fan controller operated by a relay, an inline fuse, and a temperature probe. So, I have to figure out where I want to mount this section, and then I can run the rest of these wires. Pretty straightforward. I've already zip tied off the wires that I don't need, so let's go ahead and get down to that. Alright, so since I already have this fan blade reversed, I did that last night off camera, they also say in the instructions to reverse the polarity, so that's also what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and straighten these wires out. That is now mounted hard, so no going back. that's now in all the way. So according to the instructions, yellow has to go to a key 12, black is supposed to be ground, and blue is supposed to go to the fan. We're gonna test and see if the fan actually works. Oh my god, that's loud. Alright, we're done with all of the wiring under the hood. Now it's time to move into the cab, which is going to be a blast. Alright, everything is wired. It is now 4:35. I think we're going to go ahead and put some coolant in it and see what it does. This will be the make or break point. There's one jug. After spilling a shit ton, the second jug is now empty. Alright, let's start it and see if my water pump leaks. There's a 50-50 shot. Alright, thermostat just opened. Everything seems good. Thermostat's opening. Not seeing any leaks really yet. We'll cut the heater core on. Yes, that is the last clip of that. Why? I have no idea. I don't know where the rest of my footage is, but that is the last I have of it. Pretty much the only thing that's left out from that is I get it to where it's fully bled. Everything is good to go. Nothing's leaking. The water pump's working fine. And it's all set, ready to go. I did drive it around for a little bit, and like I said earlier, I had to end up switching the polarity back to how it would be normally because of me flipping the fan blade. So that fixed my issue. And I mean, it's been doing good. Obviously I had to rip it right back out when I put the cam in. This was made back in August of 25. This was before we went to Slam Enough Sevierville in Sevierville, Tennessee. But if you want to see what happened with that, you can check out my Instagram post that I made from it, which I will also link in the description, and I will have sitting right there. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you just liked the video, give me a thumbs up, that helps me out. If you want to tell me something that I maybe did wrong or that you didn't like, leave a comment down below, let me know what you have to say. Maybe I'll respond, maybe I won't, I don't know, I'm pretty down to earth. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.